Hi again. So I'm going to take it that you've gone through what it's like to have a compass consultation video with me, and then the little bit deep dive of what it's like, giving you some examples of having a individual compass consultation. This video, I'm going to show you what it's like to go through a dual compass with me. So two people, all 34 of their traits, talked about side by side with one another. So for instance, I take that results sheet for each of you and I set them up, every strength, all 34, and then where it fell for each one of you. And we go through that to help you guys understand how not only you do things best, but how the person that I'm working with, they also are going to go about things maybe similarly, maybe differently. One way is not better than the other. I've had couples where their strengths are almost identical and couples where they're completely different from one another. And again, it's all positive. It's just a matter of respect. It's a matter of your mindset and how mindful you are on understanding that the other person does things their way. So if your traits are all very similar, sometimes things will flow really easily, but you're going to get stuck in the same spots too. And you're not going to have that other one to kind of help guide in a different way. And again, that's okay. It's not a bad thing. It's just something that's going to help you when you're mindful and you understand that about one another. Like I have one couple who they both have deliberative high. That's an overthinking strength. So they are going to pros and cons and struggle with making decisions. And again, that's not a bad thing in the relationship, but it's something good to be aware of and to accept and embrace in one another. So when they're managing it together, they can both understand like, okay, we are going to get stuck on making this decision. So we're going to give ourselves a timeline, like a deadline on how long we're going to take, or we're going to make sure we both do pros and cons lists, compare them to each other, and pick the best out of both of us coming at it in that way. So again, there's no negative to this. It's just understanding, accepting, and respecting things about one another. So I'll give you a little example here with this. We'll say that this is a parent-teen dynamic. And let's see, we have includer is number 10 for one person and 29 for the other person. So the includer strength is when you have it high, it pains you to see somebody left out. You are all about the more the merrier. You love being in big crowds. And again, it depends on what other traits are surrounding it as to how you use it best. But overall, the general idea of it is you want everybody to be a part of things that you're doing, which also means that you want to share things with the masses. Like you want to make sure that everybody's a part of things that are going on. When it's lower for you, you may not feel as comfortable in those big settings and in those so many people around you, and you're a little more guarded. Like, I don't have to tell everybody everything. So let's say that the parent is the one with includer high and the teenager is the one with includer low. You may have the parent who is pressuring the teenager to go out, meet all kinds of new people, go experience these things, be part of this group and that group, and put yourself out there. And you're never going to get anywhere far in life if you don't expose yourself. Or it also could be that parent is sharing all of the stories, especially if they have communication high, with everybody they know on Facebook. And teenager is like, hello, I don't need the whole world to know things about me and my embarrassing situations or pictures or whatever it might be, because they don't feel comfortable with the big crowd. And so when you have that pressure from the parent to, hey, go out and put yourself out there and be a part of this big, situation in school or this club or sport or whatever it might be. And the teenager is like, you know what? I really prefer to just stick to my 3 or 4 good friends, especially if they have Relate or Hi. They're going to feel more comfortable being with a smaller crowd. They're going to feel safer when they're a little bit more quiet. They don't need so much chaos going on around them. They just like to come home and kind of do their own thing. And it doesn't mean they're lazy. It doesn't mean they're antisocial. It just means that the way that they move themselves forward is a different way than the way that you move yourself forward. So when you see that in each other and you understand that about each other, it helps you respect it and be able to support one another in it. So this way, teenager can understand, okay, I got it. Parent, you are all about having, the entire neighborhood come over to the house every week for a barbecue. That's awesome. I'm glad for you and enjoy it. But I might not want to come out of my room and talk to every single one of them again and again and again, especially if they have consistency. Well, they don't like to do the same thing over and over. So to be able to have the vocabulary to talk about those things in that manner is going to help save so many conflicts, because in this situation, parents could get very upset with their teenager. You're being rude. You're embarrassing me in front of the whole neighborhood that you're not coming out here and you're antisocial, or you'll come out and get food and then go straight to the basement and you don't want to talk to any of us. What's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with them. They just don't have Include or Hi. They don't feel comfortable in those situations. And so I hope this helps kind of understand. And like I said, we go through this with all 34 traits. So we are going to get you guys understanding each other on such a level that is going to help reduce so many everyday stressors and conflicts and issues that you have with one another, and learn to support and uplift and help each other grow in the way that's best for you individually. So I hope this helps, and I look forward to going through your strengths with you guys.